Welcome to the next video of Section 6, Kill Zones. In the previous video we've created other scenes, levels 2 and 3. In this video we'll see more about kill zones. A common scripted feature required by all scenes but not yet implemented is the kill zone. That is the functionality to mark out a region of 2D space in the level that, when entered by the player, will kill them or damage them. This is especially useful to kill the player whenever they fall down a hole in the ground. Thus, the kill zone will be required in every level because the level created so far contains pits and holes in the ground. To implement this functionality, create a new and empty game object in any scene. It doesn't matter which because we'll be making a prefab object that can be reused anywhere. As mentioned, new game objects are created with the menu option, Game Object, Create Empty. Once created, name the object Kill Zone. Then position it at the world origin, 000, and finally attach a Box Collider 2D component using the menu command Component, Physics 2D, Box Collider 2D. The Box Collider will define the kill zone area. Remember to make sure that the Box Collider 2D is configured as a trigger by checking the Is Trigger checkbox in the inspector from the Box Collider 2D component. A target differs from a collider. Colliders prevent objects from passing through, and triggers detect when objects pass through, allowing you to perform custom behaviors. Next, create a new script file, killzone.cs, which should be attached to the killzone object in the scene. This script file is responsible for damaging the player's health for as long as they are in the kill zone. At this stage, there are several ways to approach kill zone implementation. One way is to destroy the player as soon as they enter the kill zone. The other is to damage the player for as long as they are in the kill zone. The second method is preferred here because of its versatility and contribution towards code reuse. Specifically, we get the option to damage the player by reducing their health at a particular speed, if we need to, as well as killing the player instantly simply by reducing their health by an increase in reduction speed. Let's see this at work in the code. The Killzone class is responsible for continually damaging the player health when a game object, tagged as player, enters and remains within a trigger volume. The onTrigger Stay 2D function is called automatically by Unity once per frame, when an object with rigid body enters and remains within a trigger volume. Thus, when a physics object enters the killzone trigger, the onTrigger Stay 2D function will be called as frequently as the update function. More information on onTrigger Stay 2D can be found at the online Unity documentation at this site. Now we give the game a test run, marking out a kill zone in the scene and walking the player into it during play mode. On entry, the player character should be destroyed or damaged. To ensure that the player is killed instantly, increase the damage to a very high number, such as 9,000. After testing, create a prefab from the kill zone by dragging and dropping it from the Scene Hierarchy panel to the Project panel in the prefab folder. Then, add the kill zone prefab to each level, adjusting and sizing the collider as needed. Good work! We've successfully learned about kill zones. In the next video, we'll learn about the UI health bar.